Mike of Van and Melonine, and well met indeed. I'm Arach here, Galadirthan, head of the modding team, I'm Divide and Conquer, but welcome back to Warhammer 2. Now, so those that are not caught up, or maybe you didn't hear my announcements in the other episodes, of course, Warhammer 2 has now been updated with a large overhaul with the release of the Shadow and the Blade. Although I don't think he's the Shadow, he's probably the Blade, isn't he? And then the other one is the Shadow, the horrible person, we daren't speak his name, Deathmaster Snicked. So with the release, there's been massive changes come to the game, and so I didn't actually check that my game had broken, but I wanted to remove many of the mods and actually play a vanilla version of the game with only sort of graphical tweaks to really actually appreciate what the game has to offer as a base plate. And also, now that the turn times have been fixed, I can finally return to the Mortal Empires map, which I much prefer. The variety of nations, I think, is better. Now, I'm not going to play as the Skaven, if you're wondering why I'm on Snitch. I know that he's new, and you're all going to want to see him. And likewise, the other fellow is also new, Malus Darkblade, down in the Dragon Isles. And you're probably likely going to want to see him as well. But it would take... it'd be a cold day in hell before I played as the Skaven. And I don't really have much interest in the Dark Elves either. Rather. So, it came down to a cross between Réponse de Lyonnaise, so that we would be in the far south, and also to see what it'd be like playing as Bretonia. But it has gone, in the end, to the Dwarves. I really want to play as the Dwarves. I never have done, and I think this is a prime opportunity to do it. So I am going to play as the Dwarves. I'm interested to see what their gameplay is like. Whether or not we play as Thorgrim or Grombrindle, I'm not too sure yet. But it'll be one of the two. Grombrindle there having better evasion chances, weapon strengths when fighting elves, and you can call upon the power of ancestor gods. Whereas Karaz-a-Karak, the newly named faction, as they are, led by Thorgrim, has better diplomatic relations, construction cross-recruitment for military buildings, 15% less upkeep, longbeards and hammerer units, and +3 rank for hammerers. I don't really like the dais thing that he stands on, but I am going to go with him because he seems to be the quintessential sort of leader, if you will, and I do prefer that. We're going to play on hard and battle on normal because I don't play these to be a micromanagement champion. I play them for a bit of fun. So that is what we are going to do. Now, as I say, I have never played as the Dwarves, so it is going to be a little bit of a learning curve, but I have now played the game enough to understand the more basic concepts, and my mouse macros and everything are all set up, so we're good to go on that front. And I'm really eager to see how quick these turn times might actually be. My timer is set and ready, because I like to do proper tests, or my stopwatch rather, sorry. I'm ready to see how long the turn time is going to take as the Dwarves.
Is secure, my Lord High King. Faced with your terrible wrath, the greenskins rout, as is typical of their craven nature. The bloody spears still infest the mountains to the east, setting up their hovels amidst your sacred pillars. Another grudge that must be put right. And soon, for the lords of the other dwarfholds will not tolerate a high king that cannot secure his own realms.
And rightly so.
To the south, yet more vicious Urki and Groby lay ready to strike at your kin. Seek allies amongst your own folk, for there are many grudges to settle here.
In the mountains.
The world shall be enthralled to the Karaz-a-Karak once more, and no creature, greenskin or otherwise, shall stand in your way.
Or otherwise, I like using that. I use that in letters a lot, and it gets... some people don't agree with my use of it, but I think it's so good. If you would kindly confirm your agreement, or otherwise, to the proposed letter, words to that effect. Right, well, here we are, the Dwarves. I'm actually thoroughly excited to play as the Dwarves. They are the nation I would naturally have chosen. But there was something about the Empire that I felt was a nice holdover from my previous sort of dealings. But anyway, grudge issued, and the grudge is going to be a key part of our playing, is it not? I know up here there's Oath Gold, and it suffers poorly if it goes down. Yeah, not oath code, sorry, the grumbling. I'm assuming that is if you don't meet your oaths. Defeat an army belonging to the enemy faction. Treasury plus 1,015 on the gold. How they play. Experts in binding the winds of magic to stone or metal, dwarves can use oath gold in conjunction with trade resources to make magical weapons, armor, talismans, and enchanted items to improve their strength in battle. Grudges. Dwarves maintain a record of all grievances committed against them in the Damaz-Kron, their book of grudges. Losses suffered by dwarf factions are recorded so that they may be avenged later. Dwarves use the underway to travel beneath otherwise impassable terrain, and I can learn more about the dwarves by clicking there. The only thing I don't actually know how to do is use the underway, but I'm sure as time goes on we will learn that. It's probably a stance, is it not? There it is, use the underway. Look at that, I'm getting so good at the game. Look at our absolutely glorious capital though, Karaz-a-Karak. The dwarves are so heavily influenced by Lord of the Rings dwarves. It's absolutely amazing. We've got a grudge thrower. We've got 2 quarrelers, which seem to be crossbow-based units. Miners, dwarf warriors, and hammerers. Hammerers looking very cheeky there. And Thorgrim Grudgebearer, our legendary lord. He's armoured and he's a melee expert, despite, certainly in time, standing atop a giant throne. I doubt he's going to do much damage on top of that thing. Anyway, let's look at our capital. First things first, I would say, is always to upgrade if one can. We have the funds. We have the funds. So we shall upgrade. We need Mount Squighorn, which is to the east, and the Pillars of Grungni, which is also to the east. But the reason I've chosen the dwarves as well is because we now border all of these nice new realms that have been added. So without having to play as the crappy Skaven, we can actually experience their area and their land and their terrain. But let's really put the dwarves to the test. Even though I don't play on legendary difficulty, let's attack them straight away and see how well we do. Although we'll fiddle with the research first. Oh wow, there's a huge technology tree. Gargantuan. We've already got the way of the clans and the way of the guilds, and I'm assuming that's just military and markets. Income from settlements increased, public order increased. Oh, I do like public order increases. Better diplomations with men, high elves, and lizards. Settlements, more income again. Recruitment cost down, missile damage up. Melee attack, melee defense. Additional less 5%. More diplomatic relations, hero actions costs are down. Tool makers guilds go up. Or tool makers give us more. Better diplomatic relations seems to be the order of the day for that bottom line. But I think we will go for recruitment cost to start us off with. What have we got at the bottom there? Our objectives. Long campaign victory. No active grudges remaining in the Great Book of Grudges. Unite the following dwarf holds either by direct ownership or through vassals and military allies. Karaz-a-Karak, Barakvar, Varenka Hills, Drinkorakaz, Kratomen, the Misty Mountain. That's interesting. Karak Azul, Spike Peak, Karak Hern. There's a lot of them, isn't there? Migdal, Vongal, Barak, Karak Izor, Karak Kadrin, Karak Norn, Karak Kazid, Bordkarag. That's an interesting name as well. Syok Traken. That's pretty cool. Zufbar. Oakenhammer. That's the best one. Oh, and it's only a short distance away. That's cool. Various other things to do. Reclaim these dwarf holds. There's a Mount Gunbad. That's, I mean, that's not even trying, is it? It's like Misty Mountain. It's just take 1 or 2 letters out and job done. But then I suppose it's on purpose, isn't it? So you feel at home when you're coming from Lord of the Rings. Which this is, let's be honest, a militarized version of, in truth. Or well, not really, obviously, but it's akin to it. Close enough. Or certainly militarized and inspired. Oh, of course, we get those horrible gyrocopters, don't we? Which I think look and feel so out of place. We can get gems here, which I think we almost certainly will do, because it goes up to 4. And I'm assuming Squighorn and the Pillars of Grungni cannot go up to 4, despite being... I don't think the dwarves get any sort of special building bonus. Right, let's do it. Oh, we're going to absolutely muller them, but we will give it a go. We will save it, and we will dive in. Now, remember, I have disabled SFO because I didn't really know enough about the game to understand exactly what it actually did. So I have just simply removed it. And we can get a real feel for what actually goes on. Now, many of you, of course, will have now seen Warhammer done 1,000,001 times by other YouTubers, bigger and better ones than myself. But I do hope you'll enjoy following me along for the ride as we learn all about the dwarves. And I say we, I mean I. Now, you're a melee expert, aren't you? So we want to put you out the front, really. And we want to make sure that our stone-flinging unit gets used as much as possible. So if we go over here for now, we can push forward to that little hill, which would be nice, wouldn't it? And then we've got the three of you, which are going to run forwards. I know one of you starts out there, but... Right, let's drop her down. Drop her down! Let's get you so that you can fire all the way over the top. You guys move out to the 4 there. Come out onto that flank. You take the center. You take the edge. And you get out into the middle. Is he particularly swift on his walking chariot? No, he's remarkably slow. Of course he is, because he's mounted on top of 4 dwarves. Not renowned for their speed. I should probably stop the grudge bearer and just start firing. You got to fire over a lip, which isn't going to help. But give them all you have. Oh, definitely not. You're killing your own men. So we'll stop with that. Although you did hit some at the end there, but pull up. Go and get involved. What have you got there? Oath of Vengeance. Minus 24 melee defense. How does he fight on top of his giant chair? Now remember, we're playing on a difficulty that's quite low, and so victory will be fairly easy, even if we completely mess up, which I'm sure we are currently doing. I say we, of course, I mean I. Our stone throw things are too close now, really. Quarrel's looking pretty cool, though. Tiny little crossbows, though. How are you doing any damage with those little things? We're up against our ancient enemies here. Oh, they've got candles on their heads. That's cool. Because they're miners, of course. Dwarf axes. And there's the hammerers. Also looking very cool. Stones fly overhead, smashing into the orc. Arrowers, is that? Arrow boys. Orcs. Who likes orcs? No one likes orcs. The orcs. Alright, run down the hill. Run down the hill, son. Stone throwers. Or grudge throwers, are you called? Grudge throwers. Target these fools. Oh, that was nice. So it ends. A decisive victory. Our first, and hopefully the first of many. Thorgrim Grudgebearer, killing hardly anybody. The most kills going quite soundly to one of the Quarrelers at 84. 57, then 54. So the Grudge Thrower did do reasonably well, but I should have set it up somewhere that it could fire straight away. Need to familiarise myself better with the abilities of my forces. No, kill them all. Ah, brilliant.
Retake the realms.
Right. Oh, I do still have the 2 points per character mod on, though, by the way, because I'm lazy and I like that. We can give him full plate. We can increase... Route March is always an excellent one to start with. Enemy siege holdout time. Oh, that's cool. Untainted or construction cost. Oh, that's not that great. Let's pop him in full plate armor for the second one. Do we want to recruit anything before we dive deeper in? We can get some more miners and some more dwarf warriors. We have plenty of money. Let's do it. 1 turn of recruitment. Can you... in camp? Yes, you can. And then they heal a bit faster, don't they? Right, is everybody ready? Strap in! Because it's about to begin. Oh, no, hang on. Let's make sure that these settings are all as they should be. Ah, yes, they've held over from the last one. That's good. Perfect. I don't want it tying up with that. So, here we go. I'll give you a rundown. 5 seconds in. 8 seconds. 10 seconds. 12. Oh my Gideon! That was 13 seconds long! That is so quick! Oh, that is what you want to see. Creative Assembly have really pulled it out of the bag. Even Divide and Conquer takes 30 seconds on a good day. But then that is because we're working with very old software. Very old hardware. I don't know the real word. Can you just believe what just happened? That took 12 to 13 seconds. That is no time at all. And this is an absolute walk in the park, so I'm not going to fight that. That's way too simple of a victory. Kill them all. We've obtained a talisman. Well done, sir. The Pillars of Grungni are not ours because we attacked the army on the outside. Oh, there we are. Now we get it. We'll take those. Thank you very much. Quest issued. Ambush at the Thundering Falls. The flow of greenskins towards the north must be halted. Make haste for any concentration of Groby spells. Trouble for dwarven kind. I've read that incorrectly. If the orcs and goblins were of a mind to ambush the king's army, however, then Thundering Falls would be a good place to do it. And our reward would be the Dragon Helm. And we get a runesmith at Karaz-a-Karak. And the enemy forces are made up of all goblins and crap. Oh, Doom Diver Catapult. I've seen those in action. They look pretty funny. Alright, we'll move over there on the next turn, because now we can end the turn without having to worry about sitting here for days on end. Legend of Total War is going to absolutely love that, because he seems to be live streaming Warhammer every single day. Charge bonus, melee defense, hit points, make him better. No, let's make him a lord and a leader. Melee defense boost, ammunition boost, missile damage, melee attack, missile damage. We'll start with the Axe Lord.
Your Dawi have been put to work fixing up the captured city, sir. Yet there are many grudges still.
Manlings.
Perfidious manlings and bloodthirsty vampires threaten your kind in the north. And your mountain will never be safe, while a single greenskin draws breath. To war!
To war indeed. Now, let's actually have a look at the people around us, shall we? Probably should have done that in the first turn as well.
To war!
Barak Var. Ah, you border and... Oh, we start in wonderful relations. Would you like to actually just be allies? No, you would not like that. Very well. Greybeard's Prospectors, far to the south. You're very far to the south, blimey. You've probably got some troubles. Jufbar, just away to our north. Hidden in the mountains. The crappy orcs, we'll just fly past them. Ah, the border princes. You're the skull symbol. Well, greetings to you. We don't border you, so we can't do anything with you at the moment. We could do with taking Barak Var's belongings into our own. I wonder if we can merge with them in time.
Is it time?
The Reikland.
Welcome, oldest friend. Agreed.
Reikland. We'll definitely want peace with the Empire. Ah, definitely not the undead. Goodness gracious. I spit before I even speak to those fools. Alright, let's take some more units and then teleport over and do that quest battle, because they're always good fun, aren't they?
Ready?
Give it an end turn. Let's just double check with the second turn how quick it's going to be, because I really enjoy things like this. And go. Alright, we're flicking through. We're at 3 seconds. Tick, tick, tock. Everybody stay ready. Stay tuned. 7 seconds. Closing in. 9 seconds that one took. 9 seconds. That's almost so fast as to make me think that it's broken. But of course it isn't. It's just brilliant. Yeah, that one's 3 and that one's 2. Why don't you two merge together? And then we'll just disband the 19.
Throw bearers.
Right.
Let's march.
The quest teleport. Yes, I would like to teleport. Oh, an easy victory. Knobnail's Backbiter. What an interesting name they've given you. Can't be fun sitting around the campfire and everyone's calling you Knobnails. Also, how does one come to be known as Backbiter? I trust of the enemy and not of your own kin. Although these pathetic excuse for existence, probably, who knows what they do? Eat themselves, I imagine.
March on, brave Dawi! March on! To the cursed realms of the Groby we go. I know not what mischief they cause, but they're up to something, for my beard itches with trouble. We take the underway. These ancient highways, built by dwarf hands, give us the best chance of approaching swiftly, catching the greenskins unawares. Let us not dawdle, for there are grudges to settle, and new entries in the Dammer's Cron to right.
He's a very angry man, isn't he? The goblins have us surrounded. Fend off their impending ambush. Very well. Oh, very well. Right, well, they're coming from over there, so... Get him out the front. You're coming around the left. Tell you what. You're coming around the right. And you could all come and stand in a nice line down the middle. Valea, oh, that's an interesting name, isn't it? Right, let's put these slightly on the hill over here. The hills don't matter, we think we've already established that, haven't we? Shame. Oh well. Are they attacking us? Look at them. Pathetic. By Grungni, we are ambushed by the foul greenskins. To me! To me!
We are ambushed by the foul greenskins.
Ah, bugger.
To me! We make our stand here.
We are ambushed by the foul greenskins. Jesus, they've come out of nowhere. Don't be shooting these. Choose fire. Hit in and hit those. The rest of you stand firm. Move the line forward. Are you hidden if you go down in that dell? I don't think you are, but we'll move you there anyway. Oh, they're shooting at us. Miners, put down these foul vermin. Sink your axes in their necks. Break every bone they have. Teach them the dwarves will not be discounted. And ready, turn, hit them, go. Nice. They try to ambush us. Ah, they're sending in their own siege against us. That is why they've stood still. Right, move forward and hit them. Thank you kindly. You there. In around the side. Avoid the suiciding kamikaze goblins. If you would, that would be smashing. How are we doing on the right? Send support. Off you go. Oh, they're targeting our High King himself. Vermin and filth. It's difficult to actually see the vermin and filth in this horribly dark passage. Ah, but the grudge bearers are ready. The grudge throwers. And they fly high in the skies. And we've missed it. Nice. Hit them again. There he is. Knob nails himself. He's not biting any backs at the moment, but give him a few moments and he'll be on it. Away they go. And away they go again. Nice. Keep it up. Trolls. Try and get them out of the line of the trolls. Pull back, pull back, pull back, pull back, pull back. You just go to there. You pull in. Quarrelers.
Yes. Bring back every grudge.
We've given them a hit. It's not done much. But surely, the crossbows, with the Dawi being so small, we should be able to just fire over our own guys' heads and keep plucking at the trolls like coconuts in a shy. Oh, yes, perfect. That was easily done.
War of vengeance.
Right. Are we supposed to be attacking those? Or are they coming for us? Well, we'll go and we'll oblige. Give me one thin line, please.
It is a reckoning.
Ah, here they come. Form up.
Move now.
Quarrelers, turn and face.
Come on.
Thorgrim, out to the fore.
Broken legs. Grudge thrower.
Throwers, keep pinning them down. Oh, they've got wolf riders. We're going to have to shut those down. Given that the AI is able to control those goblin people in flight, they're surprisingly poor at it. Turn and face. Shut the cavalry down before it gets to us. Yes, herd them like the cattle they are. Reinforcements have arrived? What? Gyrocopters! Gyro bombers at the back, not doing anything. Oh, goblins routing over there. Can the reinforcements not do anything? Are they bound to just stay where they are for the rest of the game? All forces, you are free to pursue your enemies. What happens when I do that? Nothing. It doesn't mean anything in this one. Sorry, I was pressing one of the keys on my mouse. If you've won on the far side... Oh, one of you has taken a right pounding. Real beating, dear oh dear. Pop that on him. His melee defense will fall, and he will soon be cut to ribbons. Grudge throwers, your targets have changed. They are moving at a pace far beyond the line of our fight. But I have faith in your accuracy. Try not to hit our gyro bombers in the air, eh? Oh, nice. Nice. Your pathetic little shields won't save you now. Of course you break, cowards. The underway is ours. And ours alone. But we must prepare. Clan Eshin, as I believe they are called. We will come across them in time. A decisive victory once again. Oh, they brought many forces to that fight. Everpeak Air Corps, that's a cool name. Thorgrim taking 11 men down. That's not too many, is it? But this time the total goes to the 96 to the Dwarf Warriors, who sadly lost most of their retinue. 91, close second with the miners. And a complete quest for us. More to be killed. And we have got Dorin Hogmog. Where is Dorin Hogmog? There he is. He is a scout. Increase the parent army's chance of finding stuff. He can cleanse corruption to discover undercities, so he's a bit like a witch hunter. He can damage walls, wound heroes, and hinders their replenishment. And on the field, I assume he is a melee hero. 120 armor, A fair amount of health. Melee attack, melee defense, weapon strength. I'm looking at these stats, but the problem is, of course, I don't really know what to compare them to. But I think we'll take him as a hero in the army, to be honest.
The loon's duty is never done. Move the throng. Got then?
No, go and stay in there, actually, for now. Do we have any money? 4,800. We would like 1,600 in 3 turns. We've already got 1,600. That makes no difference whatsoever. Yes, we can't get the 4th tier as expected. That just increases our growth. I'm not too bothered about that. We might get rid of that. And then we've got Squighorn only a short walk away. Thorgrim has improved once more. Melee attack for miners, Dwarf Warriors, Longbeard units. Yeah, go on. And now, the difference between miners and Dwarf Warriors. Miners, armoured, armour-piercing, and good against gates. Dwarf Warriors, armoured and shielded, and charged defence against large foes. So they're not actually good against large, but they don't die as quickly to large as anything else might. They cost a little bit more. They have better armour. Oh, it shows you there, doesn't it? The no, hang on. What is that comparison to? Thorgrim. That's why we want to change that. Sorry, I'm moving the arm of my chair. So miners are in all regards except speed worse than Dwarf Warriors, but they cost a little less and they are armor piercing. That's why they have worse stats. So they are more aggressive and Dwarf Warriors are more defensive. So let's take a few of those to flank round the side. We can get some extra units if we get a forge, a gunsmith forge. Let's just take a look at our building options. Siege workshop, gunsmith's forge. There we are. We need a level 3 town. Sorry. We've also got the Hall of Oaths, and the barracks line goes up. There's not too many buildings in truth, are there? In fact, there's hardly any buildings. It makes settlement management infinitely easier. But then I suppose it isn't that different, really. Granted, in Medieval 2, there are so many buildings you do have to specialise at the start. But then towards the end, you can build every building. So it doesn't really, in the grand scheme of things, matter too much. It's just about where do you put your military first. And that's still the same sort of question one has to ask oneself when playing this. Granted, you can't build every building, so some buildings will not be built in the very, very long run. But in the incredibly short term, you are just thinking, do I want to put military in this province, or does it not matter? And then it obviously evolves from there. But obviously, I don't favour the way the campaign is going, and I would rather there were lots more buildings with lots of different options, because I think options are the best thing. But if there can't be too many options, then well, no, there's no excuse for it really. But it's just not as bad at first glance as it appears. Right, we should definitely move the sparring chamber away from Karaz-a-Karak because it's only a 3 tier. So we move that to there and destroy it from there. Can't build either of those yet. We've already got one of them. We should go for a siege workshop. And the only other things are these bits. Do we want something like that? Oath Guild generated income from trade. Dwarf beer produced and public order increase. Oh, that's fairly useful. But a number 3 would be alright for that, to be honest. So we could put that in one of the villages. Toolmakers Guild Hall is just a solid income boost. Again, that can go in a village. And again, the bakery. So not too bothered about putting any of these in the main town, except possibly the guild marketplace. But we're definitely going to want both of those because they're just cool and thematic. And it's always good to get both of those. So that's 2 squares taken up already. We'd want the Hall of Oaths, so that's 3. So we've only got 3 more slots. And we could have the Rangers. We could have an Armory. We can have the Monument of Grimnir, recruit rank for Slayers, Untainted, and unlocks recruitment of Giant Slayers. That's pretty cool. Or the Engineer's Workshop, Master Engineer, Iron Drakes, Organ Gun, Gyrocopter. That's fairly useful. But that gives a global recruitment capacity. That gives the Rangers. I think what we will build with the other 3 is each of these, but we possibly won't bother with... No, we do. We definitely want the armory. Oh, I don't know. Possibly the Slayers is what I'm thinking of, because we could get them someone else. So, yeah, but those are the buildings we're going to go for here. So the gem mine, you can increase. We'll get a bit more money. We'll save up the rest, though, because it's going to go on nothing until we're at tier 3, actually. So we'll just sort of sit and wait. 4 more turns until we've got full replenishment on many of these units, but there's no point letting them sit there do nothing. Oh, it's an easy victory. We will just simply occupy so it doesn't hate us.
The High King acts.
We've gained a shrieking blade. The blade was stolen from a tomb banshee while she sang a haunting nursery tale to a forgotten child. Now the blade sings too and shrieks when it strikes a foe. And the Silver Road is ours. The dwarves standing proud and tall this day. We get a grudge against chaos, gives us boost against them, greenskins, mankind, undead, and elves. And I assume whichever one you take, you can't get the others. Boost if we're fighting underground. Vigor loss reduction by 15%, and leadership aura size increase. Go on then, and we'll take that one too. And Doran has also upgraded. Doran, what options have you got? We can increase your scouting, cleanse your corruption, and we can turn you into a bit more of a melee person. I think we will do that. So you do have some magic abilities. Rune of Oath and Steel, plus 30 armor. Cooldown to rune abilities, plus 12% armor piercing damage. Oh, that's quite cool. Enemy wins of magic power can be... So you're kind of like a support. You're a support mage by the looks of it. Support specialist. It happily tells you on the left. And there we are. Anyway, I'm going to end this episode, the first one here. There will be a second one coming on Sunday. I hope you're enjoying my plucking my way through the Dwarven campaign. But most of all, I hope you're enjoying the fact that your turns can now be lightning fast. Absolutely lightning fast. I'm so pleased at that change. It makes the game infinitely better. The one reason I've not played this more in my own time is because it takes so bloody long for the turn times to tick past. But now, with them passing in a fraction of the time, it's just so much better, isn't it? And it's such a good grounding going in for the third one. Anyway, for now, that's going to be all. So I do hope you have enjoyed watching. Do recommend anything you think about playing as the Dawi. Any tips you've got, I'll read and relish them all. Where would you suggest we go? Who should we try and kill? What's our best hero? What's our best unit? What should I be focusing on? Remember, this is vanilla with only some minor graphical changes and 2 points per hero and 2 points per lord. But other than that, it is just vanilla this time. But I do have all DLC up till now. So but then that doesn't matter anyway, does it? Because the DLC only locks the factions for you. You always get to play against them, even if you don't own the DLC. That's where we would have started if we had started with Warhammer's Jeanne d'Arc. But we've chosen not to play as her. But I'm interested to play as Bretonia in time. But for now, that is all. Thank you for watching. Stay tuned. And until we speak again, dear friends, Navar Naden Peramad Melonin, and farewell.